Hello there. Hi. Welcome in. Welcome back. Welcome to this, the 21st of August, 2025. Hopefully you're doing well today. Sorry. Some things broke on my Twitch stuff, so I was trying to fix that while we were preparing to go live, so now I'm trying to get that all working again. Give me just a second. I think I've almost got it set up. Um, okay. That looks relatively good. Uh, Alright. I think that's better. Alright. Welcome in. Hello, D-Man. Hopefully you're doing well today. Hello, Zero Eyes, man. Welcome in. Let me get some shout-outs going. I'm also going to do shout-outs in a weird way because my OBS disconnected. So I'm going to have to do them this way. Actually, I wonder if I could do this. Pop out. Let me do this. Alright. Hopefully everyone's doing well today. Let me do that. Okay. Breath of Fire 3. How's that going? Were you able to beat it? I thought you were. I thought you mentioned that you were close to the end of that. But hopefully you are doing well today as well. You did finish it. Okay. So I thought. I thought you mentioned that, or someone mentioned that you were getting close to the end of that. So I wanted to double check. Doing well. Just got some coffee. Nice, nice. Yeah, we're just getting started. It's been a long week. It's been a long week. Yeah, basically Saturday I started not feeling well. Just was really low energy, and it's weird because it's not like a cold or anything like that. I just didn't have any energy whatsoever. And then Sunday it basically got really bad. I was just like not able to really do a whole lot of stuff. And that persisted until about Tuesday. And then Wednesday I was like, okay, I think I might be able to stream. Tuesday night I thought I was going to be able to stream on Wednesday. And then I woke up Wednesday with basically food poisoning. And I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to stream today either. Um, so between whatever was making me like zero energy and the food poisoning kind of thing, bad stomach kind of thing, just made it to where I could not I could not get on to stream, and I don't like forcing myself to stream, so um, I decided to just make sure that I took it easy and hydrated and ate stuff and just took care of myself overall, and that's what I did. So we're back today. I'm probably gonna end up not doing Friends Friday tomorrow, just because we missed so much this week. So we'll probably just do we'll probably just do a normal stream tomorrow if we're able to stream. Hopefully nothing comes back with a vengeance. But probably just do a normal stream tomorrow. But we're gonna start a new game today, which I'll talk about here in a little bit. So we'll probably do maybe some Resident Evil tomorrow. I was gonna do some Dark Cloud today, but I mentioned that we were gonna start something new this week since we beat Demon's Souls. And I wanted to get that started. And then we'll get back to some Dark Cloud maybe this weekend. But yeah, it's just been a really really kind of blah week. Um, but we'll bounce back. We'll do our best to bounce back and get into some stuff this week. It's been a while since I've had to take more than like a couple days off. So it's always strange because it's like there's always part of me that's like, yeah, I could probably stream, but I always feel bad when I force myself to stream when I'm not feeling well, because it's like sometimes the streams go okay, sometimes it's like, okay, it's not as bad as I thought, and other times it's like, oh, this stream was even worse than I thought, trying to force myself to stream. So it's one of those that's just like, I have to you know take it with stride and all of that stuff. So I just decided to take the days off. Because like yesterday especially, like with the like food poisoning like stuff, I was like, there's no way I can sit and stream and then have to like rush off to the restroom every like 30 minutes to an hour, because my stomach was making me, have to go to the bathroom that often, and it's like that's not a fun stream for anybody, I don't think. So, but it's fine. It's fine. Like I said, we're back, at least for today, hopefully. And then we'll see how it goes for the rest of the week. The problem is, it's like dealing with sickness on top of other chronic illnesses is always rough, because it's like it kind of hits you doubly hard. It's like when a normal person gets sick, like it's like, oh, they get cold and they're out for a couple of days, and then usually they're fine, right? Like if I get a cold, and that's not what this was. I don't know what this was, to be honest. I get a cold, I'm out for like 2 weeks, right? Being like I am immunocompromised on top of stuff, so it's like when I get sick, I get like really sick. So the stuff that would normally like knock people out for a couple days takes me out for a couple weeks and stuff like that. Like a perfect example is when we were dealing with COVID and stuff. Like everybody in my family got COVID, and they bounced back in like a few days. I ended up in the hospital for 4 days because of COVID. Like it was crazy. So, it's just one of those things you have to deal with and everything. So, but yeah. So the game we're going to be starting today, I have mentioned it on occasion, but I haven't mentioned it by name. The game we're going to be started, I don't know pretty much anything about, but it looked interesting. It has an interesting system, at the very least, is Folklore. It is a PS3 game where you capture spirits, these like fey spirits and stuff, and you use them in like an action-ish combat to solve, I think, solve what happens to... It's kind of like a detective action game, I think is the idea. So yeah, but it's also got creature collecting. It's like a creature collecting action detective game. I don't know. It was an interesting premise. I was like, you know what? It's super cheap. Let me pick it up and we'll play it. I'm not sure if it's any good. I'm not sure how long it is either. But yeah. So that's what we're going to be checking out today. It's Folklore on the PS3. It does use motion controls, at least one motion control, which is where you have to like do like this to pull the spirits out of enemies. So you will be seeing me do this constantly. So that'll be fun. But yeah. So let's see. I'm trying to make sure everything is working properly. Still looks like everything is good. Don't think you've heard of this game before. Yeah, I've heard of it and I've seen the cover before. I've just never actually played it. So, yeah. I hope it's good. It looked interesting enough. And we like playing some of the we like playing some obscure stuff because the fun thing about playing like older obscure games is, one, sometimes they're actually pretty good, and two, sometimes, you know, it's one of those that's like, oh, you know, this is a game that, you know, I've never heard of, so when we play, it's like, oh, this is actually a pretty good game, and I actually like this, and this is something that I can show other people that they might like, you know? I talk about whenever we play, like, older games, like, I think there's a lot of games that have, like, really cool mechanics, or really cool, like, concepts and stuff that kind of get... Thank you guys for, doing your daily tokens, by the way. That gotta get left in the past, and then, like, just never get picked up ever again. So... I think this game, at the very least, might have some cool mechanics and stuff like that. Hey, Void, how you doing today? Can't hear but working, but hello. Well, thank you for lurking and working. I do appreciate it. So, that being said, let's go ahead and turn off our music. Also, yeah, I don't know why I can't hear that, but let's turn off our music and get into... Can you eat this token? Unfortunately not. Fortunately not. Switch over here. Gecko. Alright. I'm gonna let the story thing play real quick. It pops up pretty often, so it shouldn't take super long. Just to kind of give you a heads up on like what we're in for. But here we go. Behind the shadows of our world. Lie other realms. Worlds filled with creatures. Spirits. Fairies. And monsters. So the thing you saw where like whipped and like pulled, that is the mechanic where I'll have to like whip the controller back. Discover the mystery. I don't know why they have the release date on the game. As if I'm not playing the game itself. So, there you go. Came out in 2007. So, if you want to feel old, this game is almost 2 decades old. But there you go. Turn on my controller. Dungeon trial. Alright. Always check options first. Move camera up and down. Normal. Tutorial on, subtitles on. Midnight mode? Low volume level. Okay. Again, we are playing on PS3, so... What does install mean? No. I guess we can install it so maybe it has better load times. Maybe I'll do that off stream. Web browser, costume. Okay, let's just... New game. Let's get started. Do I have all the PlayStation consoles? I
lost my mother when I
don't have a PS1. All the PS1 games we play off of a PS2. But other than that, yes.
About a mysterious village. Village of Doolin. The
Doolin.
living could meet the dead.
That's very Irish.
And now she tells me she's alive. Mother, why did you wait so long?
I told you! This is as far as I go!
Please, just get us a little closer to the shore.
Not a chance in hell! We'd never make it back! I have a family to look after, miss, so leave me out of this! I'm decided. We're turning back!
Wait! I must see my mother.
It's for your own good!
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll get there on my own.
Miss, you'll be killed?
A dark cloud cast over my life with my mother's death and the ensuing solitude. I will not rest until I find her.
Even in modern times, many phenomena go unexplained. Spiritual encounters are constantly reported in all corners of the globe. At the same time, the march of modern science makes a steady advance. It may not be long before the boundaries between life and death, indeed, the destinies of men, will be dissected and explained to us by modern science. You may find it strange for me, a reporter for an occult magazine, to say this.
I also don't have a PSP. I don't have any handheld stuff.
Oh, damn it. Another prank call. Editorial department, Unknown Realm magazine.
Help! Help me! These fairies,
What? Speak up, please.
they'll kill me! The village, Doolin, on the cliff of sea. Help me!
Wait. Hello? Hey, hello. Ouch. Damn.
Reunite with the deceased in the village of Doolin.
We see this kind of prank all the time. But somehow, this won't seem different. So, I headed to the village of Doolin, the realm of the dead.
That was very weird. She couldn't get dropped off by boat. This man just shows up there.
Is it you, Mother? I wanted so very much to see you. It was very hard without you. I was so young. But that doesn't matter anymore. Why won't you answer me?
Excuse me,
What?
are you the one who telephoned me?
What? Who are you? Why would I?
Perhaps not. What about the lady over there?
Mother!
Hey, no, don't touch. She's dead. We gotta call the
Let me
police.
go! Mother! Oh my God! Someone! Someone, please!
A murder in the village of the dead. Tell me this is a joke.
So I don't know if we play both of their stories or if we get to choose which story we play through, but I do know we get to I do know that there are 2 stories to play. So, we're gonna play Ellen. Lost her mother 17 years ago, mysteriously receives a letter inviting her to meet at the Cliff of Seed in Doolin. She goes, but finds only a corpse, which falls off a cliff before she can even look at her. Alright. Let's go. Prologue. How do we move? Oh. My mother fell from the cliff. I need to hurry to the beach. Surrounding the minimap at the top left. Rotate. Oh, looks like it's static map. That's good. Mother, poor mother. Mother, say something. Who's this? What is it? I can't find her. What? She fell down from the cliff. I need to find her soon. What, your mother? That cliff? Good luck. And then we just collapse. Hey, you. Are you okay? Interesting they decided to do like a panel kind of cutscene there, like comic book style. Where am I? Who brought me here? Mother. Thought I had finally found you. It's always the same. A glimpse of hope. That quickly fades away. Just what happened. What should I do? Ellen. You are not alone. Uweehi? How would you even say that? Who are you? Perhaps you can find your mother. Come to the pub. Diary. Ah, this is how he's sick. Yes. Ellen, Real World Doolin Village. That save is called. Is there a run button? Doesn't look like there's a run button right now, so. Okay, if there's interactables, it looks like it pops up, so I'm guessing it's gonna say, like, door here? Yeah, okay. Alright. Go to the pub. Oh, now we're running. Doolin Village. Telephone. Harriet's house. That voice, it said pub. Where's the pub in this village? What's that? People talking? It's coming from that building north of the road. Okay. Anything that's called the bridge house? All lights. open so late. Who's the new face? Just a young girl. Well, I'm amazed you made it here. You've come to meet the dead? How nice of you. Fairies? Or perhaps ghosts? Excuse us. We're half-lives. Call me Fear Derig. Ooh-hoo, you lost your mother, did you? But do not despair, we can help you. My name is Frizzy. Is this a dream? Going to the netherworld, I'm Demona. It is true that you can meet the dead. Meet the dead? You'll be the next to don the cloak, then, and open the door to the netherworld. The cloak? The netherworld? Scarecrow is outside. He'll show you the way. He has waited ages for this day. Okay. So we got Frizzy, Demona, and I don't remember the rat guy's name. It's like Drig. Well, hello there. Hi. Have a conversation. We welcome ye on this fine night. I am Connor, barman of sorts. We are half-lives between living and the dead. Scarecrow told us he'd be bringing someone. We all been waiting for you to come. Quest. Looks like there's no quest for you yet. Okay. Good to know. What about you? The name's Jimmy Squarefoot. Off to the Netherworld, all you. Netherworld is the land of the dead. Thank you. Could have figured that out. Living go there, otherwise there'd be no myths about the fairy realm. Actually, there's a door to the Netherworld in this very village. Okay. This is Frizzy and Demona. Hi, Frizzy. The Banshee, half-live who heralds death. Netherworld, seek your mother, how sweet. You're an angel. Never dreamed a girl so young would believe in the legend and come here. The girl of his dreams finally walked into Scarecrow's life. Okay, so I wonder if that person we met on the beach is Scarecrow. Because they said they're half-lives between living and dead. Yeah, they said Scarecrow's outside. What took you so long, Ellen? I'm Scarecrow. Who? Ah, the one who laughed at us. Okay. You want to see your mother, Then you should go to the Netherworld. The entrance leads beneath the south henge. Come on, you'll see what I mean. This way? Keats base. Okay. Hinges to the south. Okay, so it wants us to go. Just follow the path, the village path to the south. Okay. Guessing you mean this way? Okay, yeah. It says Hinge. Glad you made it. Shall we go to see your mother? You'll take me to her? With pleasure. I have a soft spot for women in mourning. Of course you do. Today is a special. It's Samhain. Just how you're supposed to say that, by the way. Not Samhain, which is how people usually pronounce it. It doesn't really matter how you pronounce it, but yeah, Samhain. Prayer day for the dead. You can go beneath the hinge. There to get your clothes. What kind of clothes? Will I be able to see my mother, then? Yes, but you must perform the ancient ritual of donning the cloak of Sid. Or Side. The ancients were able to use the mantle to bring the souls of those in the netherworld into this world. Interesting. So, I guess that's what Scarecrow would want, then? Maybe to bring their soul back? There's an ancient cloak in this chamber, used for netherworld battle. Ancient priestesses using the cloak could hear the voices of the dead every night. You have the power to don the cloak, because for you, death is very familiar matter, isn't it? Why me? Trust me, I can just tell. That's why I brought you here. Over time, you have lost many things. So, we can search together. My only memories of my mother are of her reading a picture book to me, and the pendant she gave me as a charm. Yes, yes. Perhaps you've blocked out the painful memories, but it's all right now.
Put on the cloak of sea, and you can meet the dead. The rest, Ellen. It's up to you. But be careful. Finding her might not be a good thing.
Oh, help me!
Hang on!
Let me go!
Hey, finished! Need to be careful. He'll suck the life out of you just to spite you. Lucky for me, I'm already half dead. I'll say this just one more time. The Netherworld's a very dangerous place. If you go there, you may never make it back.
I must see my mother. If there is any chance of finding her, I can face any danger.
Okay. All right then. Divine Sanctuary. You look to die for. Good joke. Don't be afraid. Go through the door. You mean that shining thing there? Yes, that is the gateway between this world and the netherworld. It's rather bright. What is this place? I feel like I'm in a dream. No time to sightsee. You'll be driven out of the netherworld at dawn. Question is, will you be able to find your mother by then? Beware of folks. They are made of the souls of the dead and will attack. Okay. This is the fairy realm, where the fairies live. On behalf of the fairy lord, we have welcomed the living. Heed the advice well. Long, long ago, the living sometimes visit the netherworld, but not now. Why did people forget they could visit the land of the dead? I have lots to tell you. I enclose important things within brackets when I talk. Portal. Can use portal in the square to return to the village. Oh, but today is Samhain, so a special day. You cannot use it. Okay. Ids pop out. Thought my id would pop out. When folks are exposed to elements they are vulnerable to, the wind or thunder, their ids pop out. One of the creators of SMT Nocturne. Oh, interesting. Hey, Worsk, how you doing today? Hi, Shiny, how you doing? I'm looking for my mother. Scarecrow. Be careful, Ellen. What's this? That's energy from their souls, their ids. Hold out your hand. Hurry. Yes, that's it. What just happened? Just a second, I need to check something. Like, sort of, did you love it? Hit points, okay, that's the green bar. Mind capacity, when Volks are used, recovers over a certain period of time. Okay, so square and X. Attack. Press it rapidly with shield to protect you. Okay. It's it. Ballad attacks with blue fly out of Volks. Appears, press R1 and then flick it. Okay, this is what I was talking about. You have to do this to, like, fish for them, essentially. Serving ids can also contributes to that character's growth. Yeah, so you have to, like, collect. That's like the thing with this one is it's a, like, collection / detective game / yeah, I got that much / like action game. Yes, I got a game. You don't have to tell me every time. What is that? Oh, he shoots bubbles. Good. Got it. Okay. And I think there's something about... Like, we have to do something... Karma info necessary, releasing karma items. Yeah, so if we... If we absorb... other kinds, like it powers them up. That's like the other mechanic. Multiple, absorb them by holding. Save experience point bonus spending. Oh, okay, so you can do multiple. Nice. Release latent abilities. Okay, yeah, that's the thing we just read. Okay. What is that? Consecutive use +1. Okay. So that means I guess we get like an extended combo. Trying to see if I can get all of them in one go, but... There we go. Got 4 of them. We break these? We did. Life drops. Okay. Interesting. Hello. This is the land of the dead. No, okay. You guys are telling me absolutely nothing. Glowing objects. Sure to pick them up, find them quite useful. Book pages or food. Someone ahead. Hurry, I believe it's your mother. Hurry, it's not much time. Guessing someone's gonna, like, snatch her soul and we're gonna have to figure out who the mother. I was so very lonely. So glad to finally found you. Mother. 17 years ago. I will never forget. The night of Samhain. It's your fault. What do you mean? Why, you horrid girl. You're possessed. It's all your fault. Yeah, because you can trust things in the fairy realm. And then we wake up back in the village. That was a close one. Saw one ended, this is the real world. That wasn't Mother after all, was it? That woman tried to trick you. She said I was possessed. 17 years ago? Samhain, revenge? Please tell me, what should I do? To find out about the past, listen to the voices of the dead. To the netherworld again? How can I get there? Find a memento of the dead and offer it at Henge. That will open the door to the netherworld. Morning's almost here. Good night, Ellen. See you after dusk. Okay. Oh. I was like, is it gonna load? I have to push a button. Save your game. Yes, I will. Oop. Oop. Okay. I'm gonna keep doing Ellen's? Maybe we should go back and forth? Interesting. Is this a horror RPG? I don't know if it really has RPG elements. I would say it's probably horror adjacent. But I wonder if we should go back and forth. How am I doing? I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright. It's been a rough week, but I'm doing alright. I've been, speaking of horror RPGs, a lot of gems out there. I've been digging into horror RPGs games to play. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of interesting things. Because the thing is we've talked about this before. Let's see. Yeah, why don't we just go back and forth? We'll go back and forth. So we'll do like a chapter, a chapter, a chapter, a chapter. That way we'll see if they're close. Because obviously Keats is not going to be coming for the same reason as Ellen.
Is it you, Mother? I wanted so very.
Okay, we already saw this. But yeah, there's a lot of things, and the thing is like with horror, right? There's things because like dark fantasy exists, right? Which is where you could argue like this kind of thing sits. So she's run off to the beach. Who could have killed her and why? Yeah, so it looks like he's trying to solve the murder side of it. She's trying to solve like the other side of things. So, like, there's always the discussion of, like, where do you draw the line of, like, horror, right? Because there's a lot of, like, in film, right, there's a lot of thriller that kind of skirts the line of horror, because there's, like, horrific things that happen, but it's not, like, necessarily horror. And with games, it also kind of, like, goes up against that line, because if it's got horror themes to it, how many horror themes do you need before, it's classified as horror, right? So, like, we just beat Demon Souls, right? Demon Souls. And people, some people don't classify dark fantasy as horror, even though the idea of dark fantasy is that it's fantasy but horror, right? Or fantasy with horror elements. So it's just like, you know, where do you draw the line there? I don't think I've heard of that game, worse. What the? So there is life here. What are you doing here? A woman called me on my magazine. I thought I had found her. She fell off a cliff, and then this girl went into shock. With her, she may have a link. She's out cold. What do we do now? For now, is there a place we can stay? Sweet Home? Yeah, Sweet Home is one of those, like, really, like, OG horror games, that, like, never made it, to the West. There's a lot of horror and horror-adjacent things that never made it to the West. The second Shadow Tower game, Shadow Tower Abyss, never got a Western release. Shadow Tower 1 did, but Shadow Tower 2 never did. What a dump. Hardly fit for a dog. At least she has a bed. I don't even have that. My body aches. My questions can wait for tomorrow. The original Clock Tower, the one on the Super Famicom, technically, until they released Clock Tower Rewind like a year ago, we never got... Oh no, more Seek the Pub. Okay, so he also has to go to the pub. We never got the original Clock Tower that came out on the Super Famicom until the Clock Tower Rewind. We did get Clock Tower 2, Clock Tower PS1, and Clock Tower 3, but we never got the original one. Some kind of prank? Any lead is better than no lead. Time to investigate. Shadow Tower, the first Shadow Tower it's basically like a more horror-focused, a little bit more hardcore version of, like, Kingsfield. If you've ever played Kingsfield or seen Kingsfield, that's kind of what it is. I'll say it was all right. We've done a playthrough of all the Kingsfield and the and Shadow Tower. Memo pad. Okay. We'll do alternating saves for them. I liked the aesthetic of Shadow Tower. It's definitely one of those that, like, you can see that they try to do, like I said, a little bit more of a horror focus on that one. It's just not necessarily, like... I feel like, from what I've seen of Abyss is probably the better game. I just haven't been able to play it because there's like fan ports of it. Fan ports and translations of Abyss. I've just never played them. So... Another visitor. Who is it now? A gentleman. So... From the magazine. Someone phoned him. A cult magazine? What nonsense. You speak lucidly for figments of the imagination. Nice special effects, too. No, this is all real. We're here to help you determine your recourse. Go to the underworld, seek the dead. Your guide awaits you beyond the door. Interesting. Okay, so far it's very similar to Ellen, which is the prologue, so it expects. I feel like the SMT has horror elements. Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Like, Shin Megami Tensei, if you guys are not sure what SMT is, Shin Megami Tensei. I mean, it's very much about, like, demons devouring demons, right? Like, that has horror elements to it. It's just, again, it's for some people, it's where they draw the line. We talk about this a lot when we're talking about, like, horror-adjacent stuff. And the thing is for some people, they see horror as... I think we're about to get an ad soon, so I apologize if the conversation gets cut. But they see horror as something that's specifically only there to, like, terrify, right? Like, horror can only be things that are meant to, like, scare, right? And although that is a tenet of horror, it's not the only tenet of horror, right? And that's where the discussions kind of separate, because there are things like for example, if you go to, like, slasher movies, right? Most people would not argue that slasher movies are not horror movies, but in a lot of cases, a lot of slasher movies do not have the intent of scaring you. They have the intent of horrifying you in the fact of, like, how people are being gruesomely murdered, right? So if you use that same measuring stick, for example, you have games like this, which is Manhunt, right? Manhunt is not necessarily, you know, a game meant to scare you, but it is very much like a slasher. Like, if you were a slasher villain, right? And then you have, you know, games like this, like Lifeline, which is kind of goofy. It's a voice-controlled survival horror game, right? But then you also have games like the original Castlevania, which is, like, arguably a horror platformer, right? Symphony of the Night. So it's just like, where do you start drawing those lines when it comes to horror? Like, how much horror elements does something need to be classified as horror or horror adjacent, right? Does it just need a singular horror element? So, like, if something contains zombies, does that make it horror adjacent? Does it matter how the zombies are depicted, right? Like, for example, like the game we're playing right now. Is these, like, weird creatures enough to bell a guy? Must be some kind of plot to lure you into the netherworld. Oh, we have a different guide, it seems. Frizzy crier for the dead. Oh. She doesn't call herself a banshee. Someone else from the village has died. What will come of this? So it's just like, you know, there's a lot of levels to, like, what classifies as, oh, interesting. Mystery voice reveal. My apologies, but do oblige me following my lead. But yeah, there's just different levels to, like, how you would classify horror. Hey, Ayrton, how you doing today? And my thing is if if it has elements, was this afternoon mystery solved? No, I'm without a clue. Sorry, I'm trying to also do this story. And for me, like, it's like, if you're gonna classify, like, OG Castlevania, you know, the walk right and fight the classic horror characters as like a horror game, then you also have to look at games like this that have, like, horror elements, even though they might be more action focused, as, like, horror adjacent games, right? I think there's too much focus sometimes on communities to narrow down horror games to, like, games with the intent to scare, because if they make the genre too big, then they have to they're not able to gatekeep the genre into the things that they like, and they have to admit that there is a plethora of really good horror adjacent things. And I think that's really what the conversation comes down to. So it's an interview with the deceased. I am Bell Guy. I instruct you on making contact. Spiritualism died out 100 years ago. You can't print rubbish about channelings and seances. I sense that you're a man of deep curiosity. Come to me to the South Henge, where we shall try an experiment. You should be most pleased with the results. But I think there's just... I mean, I think it's kind of symptomatic of just gaming in general, that people want genres to be like a specific subset of gamings just because they don't like a lot of people into getting into their genre of gaming. Because then they have to accommodate for more people, and people don't like doing that inherently. I'm expecting you this way, please. The Oval Henge, a mysterious megalith monument created by the ancients. What does all this have to do with meeting with the dead? No time to explain now, sir. Must catch up with her. Her who? And horror, unfortunately, like a lot of genres in gaming, first-person shooters, sports games, stuff like that, competitive gaming, you know, they just have people that like to gatekeep. Because I'm sure there's probably people that look at this game and be like, absolutely not. This game has, you know, this game has no place in the horror genre, and you know, I would argue it's probably horror adjacent. The girl from the cliffs, sir. She believes the legend that you will meet the dead. Those legends are not just illusions of the ancients. They are truths that have bequeathed to us. Tonight, the girl becomes long-awaited messenger between the real world and the netherworld. Netherworld, you mean the land of the dead? Well, this should make the front page. So, invisible gentleman, I suppose you brought me here so I can win my Pulitzer? What if you too could acquire that power? All I want is a good story. One cannot survive in the netherworld without gaining a certain power. Yeah, for a story like this, I'll do whatever it takes. The girl can obtain the cloak in order to pass through the netherworld. All you need is to be near her when she does. When a new messenger is chosen, Guardian is also chosen. Oh, interesting. That be you. Okay, interesting. I feel like there's still a twist to this. I don't trust this, I don't trust these spirits.
Well, this is interesting. What's happening to that girl?
By absorbing the power of the Cloak of Thee, she has become a traveler of the netherworld. You also hold the same power.
The land of the dead.
Setting is pretty cool. Yeah, it's part of the reason why I was interested in this.
Well, something more substantial. In fact, I'm amazed I can even see you.
Does he get a cool cloak too, or is he just gonna Hulk out? Oh, he's just gonna Hulk out. Okay.
Even the pain feels real.
This is the bad guy? I don't know yet.
It's certainly a lucid dream.
As you wished, you have attained the powers of a netherworld traveler. Now go and take her from this place, lest she bring disaster to the netherworld.
But what powers can she possibly have to cause disaster there. She only went to search for her mother.
The portal to the netherworld lies beyond here. Go and see for yourself.
He's me. I'm looking at his color. Yeah. So I think what it is I think she's looking for her mother. He's trying to solve what's going on here, but he's also, in essence, got to protect her, essentially, probably from the netherworld. Because I'm guessing it's one of those that, like, the netherworld is going to try its best to, like, take advantage of her search for her mother. Because, like, fairies are known for their trickery, right? I'm very curious if he's gonna need, like, guardians for combat, or if he's just gonna have combat. What's this? This is the fairy realm. I know this can't be a dream because I don't have this good of imagination. This is an afterworld imagined by the ancients, just one of many realms. The woman you saw on the cliff is just further on. Never thought I'd find myself chatting to the dead. Please, hurry, the door remaining for this night only. What happens then? You'll be forcibly returned to your old world. Be careful of the folks. Forks? Folks. Doesn't he work for a magazine? He doesn't know the difference between forks and folks? Mr. Invisible and Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, yeah. They're aggressive now. Alright, do they say the same things? First alive girl, now alive man. 2 in 1 day. Okay, so no, they don't say the same thing. I wonder if it changed because we played Ellen first? And now that we're playing Keats, like... So if we'd played Keats first and then Ellen, maybe it would have done something? I wonder. Curious. Straight out of a fairy tale. Okay, so it looks like he does have the same mechanic. Oh, interesting. Okay. So he has the same mechanic. So mechanically it doesn't seem like it's any different. Alright. I thought he'd get like something cooler, like maybe since he's a guardian he'd have something different, but... Oh, that's weird. When we went over here before, it wasn't these guys, it was the bubble-blowing guys. How do I find these games? I just look for them. No, but, I usually, what I do is I go through the different, like, libraries, like PS1, PS2. And then I like, search through, like, videos of, like, games that people have, and go, okay, what's this game? And then I look up, like, videos about, like, like horror games or horror adjacent games, or I look at the name of a game and go, huh, wonder what that's about, and then I look it up. So there's a few methods. This game I had seen before, like on shelves and stuff. I just never knew what it was about. And then, when I was looking, like, for collecting and stuff, I went looking for it, and so I looked at the mechanics, because I try to look at, like, the mechanics of the game without trying to, like, spoil story and stuff, to see, because some games, like, I might not like the mechanics of, so I won't, like, pick it up just because of mechanics, or, where are you going? Or some games I'll pick up because I think the story sounds interesting, but I won't necessarily think maybe the mechanics are very good. But yeah, so sometimes I'll go through lists, sometimes I'll go through videos. Sometimes I know about them, and is that the girl and the dead woman? We don't have much more time, the hour draws close. Okay, so we're the ones who save her from the woman, I'm guessing. Okay, opening a door. But sometimes I'll just find, like, the name of a game, and then I'll just do research for it. Like, there was one... I don't know if I have it. Yeah, there was one game that I saw the name of, and, like, I knew... There's this one, which is McFarlane's Evil Prophecy. And I saw that name, and I'm like, I don't know what... I know who McFarlane is, right? Like, it's the one who did Spawn. The artist who did Spawn. And I'm like, okay, that seems interesting. And then, like, I did a bit of research, and it's basically like a simple, like, action RPG thing. And it was super cheap, so I picked it up. But that one I just saw the name of, and then did a little bit of research on. So. The girl from the cliff. Which means... I'm interested to, like, see if he sees the real, like, version of what a reporter observes. Strange. This should be an emotional reunion. What do you mean? This looks like combat the Devil Summoner? I mean, it's just basic, like, action combat. Most third-person action combat kind of looks like this. Devil Summoner is more of like a action JRPG, though, because it has a menu that you pull up. Girl used up the time that was allotted to her. You two have a little time left. Go talk to the dead who were left behind. Oh, interesting. Thinking that she would meet her mother. Exactly, who are you? Sir Porter, Aren't you the one who called me? Called you? I didn't call anyone. You must be thinking of someone else. Oh, come on. So that's not your daughter? Certainly isn't. I was unable to settle that score from 17 years ago. You called that girl in the hopes of doing so, but only got yourself killed. Killed? I remember now. My family. I couldn't bear to lose any more of my family. My daughter is in the village. She'll be killed too. Please, tell her to leave the village. Your real daughter? I don't know. I'm not very trusting of dead people myself. There's a photo hidden in a ceramic doll in that room. Show it to her. My daughter's name is Suzette. Alright, I'll do it. But first, you have to tell me something. Hold on. I'm gonna write that down, because it might be a little bit before we play this guy again. So let me jot down some notes. Okay. We got Suzette. Ceramic doll. Okay. I can't. Oof, and then we're gone. A dream? Or not. This is what you meant by time limit, eh? But nothing was solved. Why was the woman on the cliff murdered? Who called me to the office? Called me at the office. To find the answers. Meet the murdered woman again. Find a memento of the dead. Offer it at the henge at night. If the dead listen, the door will open. Okay. Wait, I must know more. Save the game. Alright. It's... But yeah, I like finding games like this, because, again, I think there's... let's switch back to Ellen. I think there's always, like, little interesting things that you can find. Because there's, like, when it comes to, like, the popular stuff, right? Like, tons of people play those. And, like, people really deep dive into the story and the elements and the mechanics and all that stuff. And that stuff, you know, always has something interesting to offer when it comes to, like, people having those discussions, because, you know, everyone gets something different from them. But when it comes to games like this, it's like, with nobody talking about it, they don't talk about the mechanics, they don't talk about the gameplay, they don't talk about, like, what these things have to offer and, like, how they could be used in a modern sense. Who was that person waiting on the cliff? What happened in my past? And I think that's something that, like, I really do like to do, because it's like, you know, this game could be, like, at best, like, a mid-game, right? Like, it's just not the best or the worst, but the idea of, like, capturing spirits to use as, you know, combat things. Probably something you see in other games, but, like, how it goes about it, or how the, like, leveling system works, or how the story unfolds, you know, stuff like that. Like, those are all things that could be very, like, very different in this game that you don't see in other games, right? And when we live in, you know, when we live in a time where people are still looking for that, like, new experience, you know, there's nothing to say they can't find it in these older games, right? Oh. We met on the cliff. Keats, I work for a magazine. That woman was not your mother after all. Fortunate news despite misfortunate circumstances. Did you know that woman? She phoned me for help, but I don't know why. Let her ask me here. Perhaps it was hers. Woman's daughter might know the truth. She lives nearby. Her name is Suzette. Thank you. I will pay her a visit. This is all so dizzying. It's likely the woman was murdered. This is a small, close-knit village. Outsiders will be prime suspects. You mean us? You are the only other person on the cliff. Whatever you do mean. Nothing, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this. I only wanted to know about my past. Let's hope your past doesn't reveal anything unseemly. Oh, thanks, Keats. What a guy. The real daughter of the woman who died at the cliff. She's in this village. What can she be like? I'd like to ask her some questions. O'Connell. I'm a scholar, I'm here for research purposes. Modern man looks down on the wisdom of ancients. I think the ancient structures are meaningless, but we're wrong. Henge of the Village is a very specific purpose. It was traveling to the netherworld, or simply communicating with the dead. Okay. So we're looking for Suzette's house. Oh, it's right here. But... lots of visiting. Oh, this is Suzette? You saw my mom fall from the cliff? Cliff? Yes, I'm so sorry. When I got there, it was far too late. No surprise. How can you say such a thing? She didn't have her head on straight. I followed her here. She had it coming to see what she was going to do. Does that sentence make sense? She had it coming to see what she was going to do. That doesn't make sense. I don't know. Why did she ask you here? I want to know that. Did your mother mention anything about me? Not to me. 17 years ago, I was 5 years old. I remember nothing from that time. Your mother is the only clue I have. You have a family? A father? Father? Uh-oh. Don't ask about my family. I bet say, you really are gonna pick a fight here, huh? My mother. There were days when she was totally convinced I was my dead older brother. She'd call me by his name and forbid me from going outside, saying I'd get killed. Sometimes I'd be trapped in the house for months. Other days, she'd realize I wasn't him, and she'd start saying I killed him, and yikes. What made her that way? On Samhain, 17 years ago, my father fell over the cliff and died. That same day, my mother suddenly disappeared from the village. What do you think? I imagine she must have been in shock. To leave like that without even having a funeral. Well, that's sweet, but most people would think that she pushed him over the cliff and then ran away. Some villagers said they heard yelling and screaming coming from this house, too. Why would she kill him? I guess it's because maybe he was abusing my brother. That fits, don't you think? It's all speculation, and now that my mother's gone, only the dead know the answers. How can you imagine that of your own parents? You would too, if you'd had a mother like mine. Now I'm curious too, what connection would you have with my family? Incidentally, do you have a memento of your father? A detective, eh? Might not believe it, but I need to meet with the dead. Are you one of those mediums or something? Anyway, why don't you take this key? Said my father was holding it when he had died. Wired memento key. Oh, interesting. So that means that Ellen's gonna meet with the dad, and Keats will meet with the mom. Because there's the ceramic doll, right? Like, but Ellen doesn't know about the ceramic doll. Only Keats does. Okay. Okay. So we do have a divergence here. Yeah. Will offer the key at the hinge allow me to meet Suzette's father in the Netherworld? I would assume so. That is what we were told. Going to the bed to rest until nightfall. Okay. Rest. Rest. But I don't know. Another thing too is I like playing stuff that like that's kind of obscure because like there's a lot of people that they play like the popular stuff and they're just not like they're not fans of it, right? It just doesn't grab them, and playing stuff like this offers them an alternative for something that they might actually really enjoy, right? And I like offering people alternatives because there's nothing inherently wrong with something being popular. I know there's some people that are like, I don't like playing popular games. It's like, okay, play whatever you want, man. Do what makes you happy, but like. Got yourself a memento, so to the netherworld again, just make an offer. What will happen then? Listen very carefully and you'll hear the dead person's voice. It will give you a location on the door to the netherworld. Place the significance that person while alive. But like, because a lot of people will play the popular stuff, and people are like, okay, like you see it a lot, especially with social media and like content creation and stuff like that. People are like, okay, new game comes out, everybody and their cousins playing the game, so everybody's playing that one. But it's like, but who's playing Folklore? And it's just like, and I know there's a lot of people, maybe not a lot that I know, but I know there are people that love like detective games, and I can already see like the beginning of this. I can already think like people that like detective games might like how this game is started. Right, the idea of like, oh, we got to get a memento to talk to this person to figure out like what's going on in their history to try to figure it out. Now they might not like the action combat, right? Like the action combat might be a deterrent, but but maybe they like the idea of like gathering up the fey creatures, so it's like a detective sim with a little bit of like Pokemon elements, Ooh, I want to take it to the lighthouse. It was my dear son's final wish. Okay, to the lighthouse. Okay. Interesting. But, and it's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just the weird one out for wanting to showcase things that are outside of the popular stuff. And again, I don't think just because something is not popular that it makes it inherently better or worse or whatever. It's just something, different. And sometimes it's the different stuff that can be someone's new favorite,
So it was the will of the dead that showed me the way to the netherworld.
Interesting. I need to check on YouTube, make sure YouTube is still working properly. Yep, it is. Okay, good. Hey, Kristen, how you doing today? I'll get you a shout out. If you guys are not following Kristen, make sure to give Kristen a follow. The leader of the crypt community. Also just a great, amazing human being. Playing some Once Human. You were also playing, what were you playing for? Oh, you're playing more of that, is it Ad Infinitum? It's like that, war horror game. I think I've seen some of that played. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Been good. It's been a productive day. Nice to hear. It's good to hear. It's always nice when you get those productive days in there. Fey Realm again. Time, open the doors to the Netherworld yourself. To do to meet Suzette's father. Defeat the Folklore. Okay, so now we're getting anything. Ad Infinitum's been really good. Yeah, that's one that's been kind of like on my list for a little while. I think war is a really good like medium to approach trauma, especially like familial trauma. And I think Ad Infinitum, from what I've seen of it, does a really good job of approaching that topic. So it's one that I've been interested in playing, but we've got hundreds of other things to play, including what we're playing today, which is I would argue an obscure horror-adjacent game in Folklore. It is a kind of like a detective creature collector action game. It's a very weird amalgamation of games, but it's been interesting so far. So the Folklore is the boss of an area. Interesting. Someone dies with a strong emotion. Their spirit is pulled into a folklore. Defeat the Folklore and the spirit inside should be released. Can never do anything like that. First, let's go see the Fairy Lord and get some advice. See someone important? Yes, he is. He knows everything. He'll tell us where the Folklore is. I bet he'll give you a really warm welcome. Almost forgot. If you're going to travel the Netherworld, you should take this. Acquired Fairy Realm Picture Book, page 1. Picture book show folk weaknesses. Open the picture book from the start menu and items. Okay. Portals appear to the entrance of the Fairy Realm. You can use the portal, recover HP, save your game, or return to Doolin Village. Alright, save. Oh, it also has 2 characters that are trying to solve the same mystery, but from 2 different angles, which is pretty cool. And we're not super far into it. We've only been going for about an hour and a half, so hopefully you're doing well today. Okay, we already talked to you. Okay, looks like we started roughly in the same place we did before. Alrighty. Onward is forward. Also uses motion controls. If you haven't seen, I actually have to like flick the controller up to pull out their ids, is what it's called. Which is interesting. Oh, these are new. These weren't here last time. These were, though. Oh, 2 for 1. Get back here. Okay, fine, I'll grab your friend. Alright. But yeah, this is the action combat I was talking about. And we do want to capture those. Ooh, he dropped something. Karma releasing item. Can we use a certain folk? Oh, do these have to be hit certain elements? Oh, they do. Very cool. Okay. A health thing. that? Picture book page. Okay, so that's the thing that tells us the weaknesses. And we don't have that element. Okay, so we need some sort of wind element for that, which means we need to find another creature. Interesting. Okay. Now, I have a thing. If I hold this... Okay. So no, they have to be... Alright, so let's check what we got. We got folks. Alright, so we got 10. Giving an item. Use the pulse tree nuts. Okay. What do we need for this? Absorb. Okay, so we just need to absorb more of those. We absorb one more of those. Defeat impets. Which ones are impets? Have we fought an impet? We haven't. Okay, what else do we need? Just absorb them. Okay. Okay, back up. We want to make sure we do more than one grab because it does give us a bit more experience. Oh. Ooh, what's this? Oh, that's another nut. I need to turn the camera. Okay, I need to invert the camera, I think. The horizontal. Because it's... There we go. Okay. Oh, weird. By inverting... Okay, everything is reversed by default. That's weird. No, that... Up to go up, down to... Okay. MC consumption. Okay. Magic cost consumption, I guess is what that is. Okay. Thankfully, you don't have to like pull. You could just do this to get it to pop out, so it's not that big of a deal. But now, this is the furthest we've been in this area, so. Okay. Well, we need to talk to these guys. Alright, new area. Let's see what it's got in store for us. Ooh, what are these things? Are these the impets? Yes, these are the impets, okay. Suffer. Oh, rotate to hasten. Oh, interesting. That's new. Okay. And the impet drop. Hold a tree knot. Okay. What does an impet do for us? Little fiend is wicked, always up to no good. Isn't very powerful. Sometimes be kindly. Use one aqua liquid. Okay. I guess it just drops stuff on people. Strange. It just doesn't. It just sits there. There's nothing nearby. That's funny. Are you the... I don't think this is some kind of dream. Another world is up close. Okay. Legends travel based on experiences. Okay. You found the dead one you seek yet? Perhaps you should ask the Fairy Lord. Well, that's where we're going. Told us to share our knowledge with you. New cloaks. Cloak you're wearing can transform itself. Depending on what form your cloak takes on, you obtain new various abilities. How to change the cloak? That's a secret. You just need to undergo various trials. Okay. Ground birds? The other day, a huge bird attacked me. It's running around trying to escape. What strange bird? It couldn't even fly very well. Okay. Mystery stones. What never breaks, no matter how often you strike it. By wind or thunder. Try to break it however you can. Might find something good inside. Okay. Territories. Okay. Okay, so there's some ground birds apparently. I'll have to figure out what that means. Uh-oh. Path is blocked by a barrier. Barriers can be dissolved by methods by absorbing folk kids. Oh. Guessing that's the bird. Ow. Ow. Okay. Must be the ground bird he was talking about. Oh, broke its beak. Okay, okay, can you not do that? Oh, when is are green, timing absorption is in effect. Quickly, with exact moment when it turns red. Oh. Okay. To change... Okay, L2. Action button to change its palette location. Oh, okay. Close. Got it. should be health. Worm tree nut. Oh, that put me to sleep. Hello? Wake up, please. Okay. Not sure what direction we're supposed to be going, but we're gonna go this way. That's gonna hurt. Wait, he didn't... Huh. He just died. He didn't do anything. Strange. First enemy we've had that dies. I guess you can't capture everything. I need to check something. This. What are your... Oh, absorb 3 of those, defeat folks with those. Okay. Okay, the hitboxes for those tornadoes are a little weird. We're trying to defeat. Those count? No, it says defeat 10 folks with... Why do those not count? Huh. I guess those don't count as defeats? Very strange. Where are you going? want to capture whatever those are. We can. Let's go back, see if they respawn. They do respawn, okay. Ah. Hmm. Need to figure out a way to get closer to them. I wonder if I can block their... I'm guessing I probably can't block their projectile. What? At least we got to hit one, but... I think I just need to keep slapping it, I guess. So it looks like I can, like, stun lock it if I just keep hitting it. I try to use a different, like, move. There we go. Kate. What is that? This is a bugaboo. Oh, you can absorb those. Okay. Use green liquid. Okay. Oh, I see. So by defeat, it means finish them off with... Oh. So you don't have to capture them. You can defeat them by continuously attacking. Interesting, good to know. Huh. Break time? Nice. Okay, so this would be the next fountain, I would guess. Do you know about quests? They're favors people ask you to do. Just ask around the pub. You ought to be up to performing a quest by now. Search. Game looks cool. I wonder why I never played it. Did you have a PS3? Save. Doolin. Alright, let's go. Said go to the pub to get a quest. I feel like I did, maybe not when it came out. Seems to be locked. Okay. Was it PlayStation exclusive? I think it's PS3 only, because it's a Sony system, so pretty sure it's a PS3 only. Cat. Oh, it's closed. Didn't play many PS3 exclusives. Yeah. Go home. Quests. Okay. So we have to wait till nightfall to get a quest. So gotta remember where our place is. Also, the lighthouse is over that way, so... I think our place is this one. Yeah. Ellen's hut. That's... yep. Rest. Right. So now let's go to the pub and see what quests we got. Helps the famous saxophonist Charlie hold a concert. Accept. You know Charlie Rawhead? He plays a mean saxophone. Yeah, saxophone. Loves to watch Charlie play, but he always refuses to perform for us. I really want to hear him jam, but it seems he has some kind of problem. Would you go to the fairy realm and talk to Charlie? Okay. I guess we're just going there. Oh. Not wasting time, are you? I hope not. Help me find Charlie to play for me. What? You mean it? I'd like myself. Charlie's this way. Okay, so it looks like when you take a quest, it takes you to, like, a sub-version of the area. Prepping his instrument. Best musician plus what they play over. Yeah. This guy? Okay. Come to hear me play? Believe me, I don't want to let my fans down. For the best sound, I need a reed carved from fairy wood. Can't make noise without one. Okay, so now we have to go over here. Okay, so that's interesting. So it seems like quests are like, they allow you to go into a sub-area. It looks like it's the same area. Trying to defeat enemies so that this thing can get powered up. I wonder if the dots are telling me where to go or where I've been. So those can be broken by that. Just had them together for a couple of years. We're broke, yeah. I mean, yeah, that is usually a reason why you don't end up playing games, as you didn't have the money for it, or didn't have the ability in some cases. Well, this bird for summoning giant tornadoes is actually kind of weak. I wonder if it's because these specific enemies are very strong against, what's that? A fairy cloak. Okay. Karma release. Oh, okay. Resist bond and sleep. How do I put it on? Would have been a year at that point. Couldn't even afford internet, yeah. That'll do it too, yeah. Okay, attack power increased. That's good. Okay. What else do we need to do for this one? Defeat 5 Mandragora with that. Okay, I don't think we even found Mandragora yet. Absorb the ids. Okay. Okay, what do we need for this? 10 pulse tree nuts. Currently have 6. Yeah, it's 2007, yeah. When we watched the intro earlier, it showed us that. Fall 2007. Okay, so we're looking for a reed. So I wonder if it's better to... I wonder if it's now better for us to kill these guys and hopes that they drop these pulse tree nuts than it is to absorb them. Yeah, it looks like it's better. I think if we get one more, we'll have enough. Green dust. Okay, so we have 10 to use. How do we switch? Event. Armor release. We have 10 of these, so we use... How do we use these? Mass Effect came out fall of 07? Yeah, that would do it. How do we use the... Okay, I see. That's how we do it. Defeat Hawk? What is a Hawk? Okay, so we need to absorb 2 more of those for that one. 1 more of those. Oh, we need to defeat them with those. Okay, so that's interesting. That's something we're gonna have to pay attention to, is defeat versus like absorb. We don't have any green liquids. We don't have any aqua liquids. Okay. So we need to absorb 2 more of those guys, which I think if we walk forward... If we walk forward and walk back, we might be able to summon enough of them. So it looks like there's like at least 2 or 3 that pop up when in this little area here. Yeah, see, there's 2 more right there. Okay. What do we need to do now? 5 pulse tree nuts, okay. I think they drop green dust if we kill them, but... Okay. Alright, so 5 pulse tree nuts, and then, Oh, maybe we get it from this tree up here? Can't give away a treasure to anyone. Skilled enough to use it. Still doesn't tell us how we switch. So we have a different cloak, but it doesn't tell us how we're supposed to switch cloaks. So I would really like to put on the cloak that makes it where we don't go to sleep, because I'm sure that's how you're supposed to capture the... Take this read to Charlie. What a fantastic show. Yes, that's where I'm heading. Oh, is it just going to skip us back over there? That's actually really nice of them to do. To, like, yeah, take us right back to, instead of having to go all the way through there. Although it does, like, cut down on the, like, if you need to farm these things. Getting to play the best show ever. Tell the barman ready to rock. Small thank you. Green quartz. Okay, so this is probably how we're also going to get the upgrade materials, essentially, for our creatures. Can't wait. He's the best in the netherworld. Now we can finally hear him. Watch it just be awful. And welcome to the concerts. We're waiting. Does he have like stage fright? Sorry. I can't play. I have no windpipes. Okay. Sure. No quest for you. Okay. Also, who's this? This is someone new. Gam. Gamgi. Information on the folks. Okay. Interesting. So we need to go this way. Hey, Liv, how you doing today? So I think we have to go probably back to the lighthouse. Yeah, to get back to the place. Can we change our... Yeah, change cloaks. Here we go. We'll wear the fairy cloak. Use portal. The Road of Daru. Just woke up, gonna shower in a bit. Alright, let me get you a shout-out real quick. Leave ending. Feeling better today? Yeah. I was feeling alright Tuesday night, and then Wednesday I woke up with basically felt like food poisoning. So, games and demos, nice. So I'm guessing that means you beat Resident Evil 2 last night? What games did you get into? If you're not following Leave Ending, go follow Leave Ending. Good friend of the channel. Played through Resident Evil 1 OG, and apparently, I'm guessing beat Resident Evil 2 OG. But yeah. Also, Leave, did you see the beat Claire A? Nice. Did you see the announcement in the Crypt Community Discord about tomorrow? Tomorrow's the 22nd, so they're going to be opening up the Raid Train applications. Please don't think of us as dream or illusion. Okay. I think they mostly say that stuff. These guys haven't been... What's this? I haven't seen that, yeah. Yeah, so tomorrow... they're going to be opening up the... And anybody that's a part of the Crypt community that hasn't seen that, tomorrow they're going to be opening up the Raid Train applications for the October Raid Train. It's going to be like the 9th through... Hold on, let me get you the exact dates. I was just looking at it this morning. Announcements. Yeah, they're going to open applications tomorrow. They will close on September 5th. Or they close when all of their slots are full. So... and rain train slots are first come, first serve. So, but they will have applications open tomorrow. Oh, you can't. You're not supposed to be here, you know? Who are you? Are you dead? Oh, this is probably the older brother. Look for people who know something about my past. What would you like to know? I don't know any memories from before age 5. First memories are when I was living in an orphanage. Why do you think you can't remember? I don't know. Teacher at the orphanage thought maybe I'd hit my head in an accident or something. Something unpleasant must have happened to you. When something really bad happens to people, they forget it. So that they can go on. I don't care what I find out, I still want to go. I wouldn't if I were you. You won't be able to cope with it. Do you know me? Who are you? Herv. Awful indie horror game? Yikes. That sucks. Okay, it wants us to go that way. I kind of want to go over here, though. Oh, this is probably the way to the Folklore, though, right? Because we have to defeat the Folklore to talk to the dad. That's probably the older brother. Ooh. Those look, dangerous. I'm guessing this is the lighthouse, but in the fairy realm. Gesh Forest. Can't seem to capture those guys. Huh. Maybe we need to read the book on them. That's not what I want to do. Book is not being absorbed. Maybe I need to put him to sleep? You go there, you go there. Ugh. There. I do not like how that menu works. Go over here. What is that? Okay. Problem is, there's no real targeting system. Ah, that knocks it off its track. Oh, it's got a timer on it. Ogma, that's what that's called. Interesting. Who's this herb lad? To meet the dead, I must... Okay. Ah, that's how you do it. Okay. Okay, so 2 shots kills them, basically. There we go. Bugaboo. Raises first, attack surrounding enemies. Yes, this is a regular. That is a Fairy Realm book page. Okay, so now we're starting to get the hang of this. Our hint there, I think, was the bubbles, like the sleepy bubbles. Ow. What are these things? Daru. Okay. Interesting. But, oh, speaking of the raid train, sorry, what the hell? Speaking of the raid train, I already, if we are able to, okay, red means it can't be attacked by that. I already know, what I have planned for the raid train if we are on this one. Okay, that doesn't do anything. I'm also under no assumption that I'll be on the raid train. It's just, if we are on it, then, if we are, I have a very special game planned. I like planning something fun and special for the raid trains. Something probably no one else is going to play, and probably something people have not seen. Okay. Okay, so he's not weak to any of that. Let's try this one. And this one. Okay, so it's this. No clue what you do. I mean, plenty of people do different things. There's people that do like DBD, there's people that do Phasmo, because you can do, like, if you're doing with other Crypt community members, you can do, I mean, you don't have to do it with Crypt community members, but you could do like Phasmo with friends and stuff, as long as you follow the guidelines. You know, you aren't doing anything crazy and vulgar or anything like that, but ow. But you could do DVD, people do that, you could do, you know, Silent Hill, Resident Evil, you know, people do that stuff. As long as it's a horror game, that is the only prerequisite. I have something fun planned. It's probably it's definitely a horror game, but it's going to be one of those. Okay, it's called a bar guest, really, but it's going to be kind of a goofy one, to be honest. It's not intending to be goofy, but I will say it is a game that has, if you remember the old sound from like Nickelodeon, like for like the gack or the slime sound, I kid you not, has that sound in the game and intends to take itself seriously. Something said right. There's a rumor going around amongst the fairies. They say some other human besides you has entered the fairy realm. Let's hurry up and go see the fairy lord before anything strange happens. We have to find out where that folklore is. Use portal. I want to go back, because there was that other path we didn't go. God posted Silent Hill 3. Asking for support to bring it back. Well, the thing is like, the HD collection of Silent Hill 3, as far as I know, that one is actually fine. So, like, if they took the code from that port, they would be fine for Silent Hill 3. As far as I know, it's only the Silent Hill 2 port that had the most issues in the HD collection. I might be mistaken, but I mean, they need to just port all, if they can, port all of them to PC, but, you know. Ow. That's range. Release Daru's Karma. But yeah, no, if they could, that's the thing, is like, that's why I was hoping for the preservation stuff for GOG to take off, is because if they can get enough, like, push for their stuff, and they can start getting, because there's people out there that, like, legit, I mean, the Enhanced Edition's a perfect example of that, right? If they can get enough people behind them that can do, like, the legitimate coding, they can just port whatever they want. They just need the people that can do the coding to make it run on PC, and then they just need the licenses from the companies going, okay, port our game, right? And then they're golden, right? It's just getting the companies to agree to it, and then, of course, getting the game actually ported and working. But there's enough people that are devoted to, maybe not devoted, that's probably not the best word for it, but there's enough people that are defeat folks with a bugaboo. Absorb, defeat. There's enough people that are, you know, fans of these games that they could get people that are, like, legitimately good at just getting the stuff on PC to get it on PC and have it working. And plus, like, GOG is backed by CD Projekt, right? So it's not like they couldn't find people that would be able to do what they need to do. And the thing is they could team up with people like Way Forward and be like, hey, we could come up with a PC port of these games. I did need to absorb these, right? Yeah. So I legitimately hope that preservation starts taking more of a forefront, because there's more and more companies that are like, yeah, you know, you're never going to be able to own your games, and it's just like, that's not okay, you know? Because like with Nintendo moving to that like key card system where it's like you don't really own the game, you own a thing that says you have an unlock of the game, essentially. Like, you could still buy physicals, it's just like certain things are going to be physical and certain aren't, right? Like, it's a weird change, you know? And then some things are like going digital only. Like, we still have like indie titles and stuff that are going to be digital only, but, alright, we're gonna go in this room one more time so that we can get the Daru up. But... And there's just a lot of really good games that people just don't have access to, right? Like, I still wish someone from Software would go, yeah, we're probably not gonna do anything with Kuon. Just let them port Kuon, right? Like, cause like, I'll be perfectly honest, I don't think Kuon's like the best game in the world. I just think it needs a port, right? So people can play it. Okay. So that's done. Same thing with like Haunting Ground. Like basically all of the big like horror games that are like really costly. Like I don't think I mentioned this before. A lot of the big games that are expensive and stuff, I don't think any game, arguably I would say I don't think any game's worth more than $100. Just flat out, I don't think any game's worth more than $100. There are games that like you can get hundreds of hours of content out of, you know, like, so some people would argue, what about those games? But so there's probably an argument to be made there, but for me personally, I did not mean to kill it with that, but that's fine. I just want people to be able to play the games, right? And that's why I think it's important, but... Okay. What do we need for this? Absorb Ogmas, defeat... What are those? I thought we had those. Oh, those are this. Okay, so we're not going into the Barghest. Okay. Let's save. The problem is I think the reason why the preservation initiatives haven't really, like, really taken off, it's not the fact that they can't port the stuff, it's that the companies don't want them to, right? Upholstery nuts and defeat folks. Okay. It's just the fact that they think if they give up the license to port the game, that they're losing money. And the last thing any corporation wants is even the idea of losing money, right? So they're not willing to even budge on their licenses because of the idea of losing money. So okay, I need to switch this. And like I said, I legitimately believe that's why we won't get ports of certain games, is just because, not because they're hard to port, just because rank up, I don't know what that means, is just because they don't want to let go of those licenses, even for a port. Because the thing is, they don't even have to let go of the license for the port, they just have to allow someone to use a license to make a port, right? Can these guys actually hit these guys? No, they can't. I didn't think so. Oh, mine don't move, guys. But it's just, I don't know. I think that's the saddest part for me, is just the fact that there's so many great games out there that just may never no, let's try out the bar guest. May never get back into the hands of gamers just because of the inability. Gotta get in the shower running super late. Alright. Okay. Can you let me out of this spot, please? Yeah. Doesn't look like Bargus can harm Bargus. What about this? Okay, we could just use that to hit him. Okay. Oh. That's a new attack. You stop slapping like literally everything I throw at you. Come on, give me the red. There we go. One more. There we go. Charge level increased. Okay. Alright, so now we're back to the village. I wanted to fight our way through that stuff just so we could do that. We'll do another save here, and then I guess we'll go see if we can talk to the Fairy Lord, which I'm guessing will probably be the end of this chapter. No longer pleasure world it once was. If you know what's happening, find the fairy lord and ask him. Interesting. What would you like to ask? Impact of the folklore. As appear, the fairy realm audience no longer function properly. Folklore's powerful mystical forces affected it. But if you manage to defeat the folklore, the audience hall shall return to normal. Boggle? Knight named Boggle close to the fairy lord. He's fairy realm's most elite. Oblivion. Okay. Guess we'll talk to the fairy lord. Heiress of the Cloak. How long we have awaited for your arrival. Know about my past. Your wish shall be granted. Humans are weak. They purge memories of pain and suffering, but where do you think such memories end up? I'm not sure. The Netherworld? Precisely. And those worst of their fears and sorrows amalgamate into most powerful of folks. The great folklores that stand in your way. I have to fight? It will be possible with the help of the powers of the folks. Trust in the cloak and fight with us. Your lordship. Folklore Cernos has materialized. Time has come. Go forth, young Helen. Defeat the folklore and retrieve your lost past. May you prevail. Okay, so that's how they're explaining this, is dealing with your trauma by fighting the folklore. Wired picture, page 5. So I guess we gotta go this way. XP times 3. Okay, so instead of sleep, we need you. Purple stone. Some more rocks showed up. Warm tree nut. Warm tree nut. And large life drop. Okay. Alright. Time to see what we got to fight. Oh, this looks fun. Picture book, Folklore's weakness. Check the picture book item screen in the start menu. Okay. Okay, so when it sucks stuff up, it sucks up the bugaboo? But the tri-headed thing can chop up the stuff. So sucks up the bugaboo, or maybe that's the bar guest. Tri-headed thing, and then that. Okay. Okay, well that didn't work. Okay. Oh, okay. So it does the suction thing to eat the bar guest, and then we chop it up with the tri-horn thing. That can't be the fight, right? Okay. I wonder if I'm supposed to time it. One. Guessing we're gonna have to do multiple rounds of this. 2, 3. I wonder if it matters how far we pull it too. Oh, missed it there. I end up punching myself in the face with this controller. Alright. I guess that's the first boss down. Very curious if that boss is going to be the exact same for Keats. Because if so, then I don't know if there's really a reason to do both characters. A door. So this will lead me to Suzette's father? Okay. Back to the pub. Where am I? Nice snap. Now that's a sweetie. Care for some tea, sweetie? Okay, the deerhead's talking to us. Fun. Heard I can meet the dead here. Darn it, I thought you'd come to see me. This room channels the memories of the dead. This looks like the village pub. Yes, it may look that way to you. Everything you see here is self-perceived. You must have gone to a pub shortly before coming here. In fact, I did. Oh. Oh. The memory you extracted from the folklore will soon manifest as a person. His name is Ronaldo, resident of Doolin 17 years ago. Apparently his wife's name is Regine. Ready or not, here come the dead. Yikes. Okay. Are you Suzette's father? Yes, that's right. Do you know me? My name's Ellen. Ellen. I don't recall. Your wife Regine asked me to come to the village. I'm sure she must have known me in the past. We were in the village only for a short time, 17 years ago. There weren't many children in the village then, either. There was Herv and one other. Herv. That boy I just bumped into? You know Herv? Herv, my beloved son. That's right. I'll never forget. He was murdered. What happened to him? That day, the lighthouse keeper, Ryan, came to our house and told my wife and I about the awful thing that happened at the church. Oh no, it looks like that our time is finished. I wanted to tell you everything. Oh, one thing. Please see that Suzette gets my letter. I hope she understands what I wanted to say. Wait, what happened at the church? The plot thickens. So Herv was murdered, which explains why he was in the land of the dead. Oh. What? Ronaldo, what happened? Surprised? The man you were talking to was a type of folk that feeds on memories. Bit gross, but don't be afraid. These things can show you lost memories. But how? What? What did you say? Ryan, impossible. Little witch, bring him back, bring him back. I cannot die. Little witch. Interesting. So that's how we're connected to them. What did you say? Ryan? Impossible. It's true. No. What did you do? What did you do to Herv? Herv, bring him back. Bring him back now. Hey, Burger Mike, how you doing today? Hey, thank you for 25 bits. Completely unnecessary, but I do appreciate it. I cannot die. Suzette has yet to be born. Ah. Let me go ahead and get you a shout out, Burger Mike. If you're not following Burger Mike, Burger Mike's been doing some game design. So go give Burger Mike a follow if you haven't already. Her, Regine. I must leave a message. Okay, so he left a message down by the boats. I need a bottle to keep it dry. Okay, so there's a bottle at the shore. Where Ronaldo left his message. 17 years, it was never delivered. Then perhaps... Interesting. I was gonna say you enjoying the game. It's interesting so far. I like the, it's a mystery creature collector action game. It's a nice little mixture of a few genres. Suzette's father? Well, it was and it wasn't, you know? Ellen, the dead are dead. It's not likely they're alive in another world or anything. But your memories aren't what make you, aren't they? If someone else had your memories, they'd be you see? Keep opening doors to the realms and talk to all kinds of dead people. There are other realms? Yep, there are. Deeper down, the fairy realm is actually quite near the human world, but you need to earn the right if you want to go deeper. Do you think I can do it? Don't worry, you already have. You defeated the Folklore. Easy, eh? You should go back to the village for now, though. Yes, I have to see Suzette. But yeah, it's not bad so far. I have, I don't really have anything to complain. Like, it's it's got a little bit of like loading lag, but it's a PS3 game. Games tend to have that issue from time to time. Other than that, but I can install the game on the PS3, which I might do off stream. Only a part of the fairy realm is still safe. What can I do to help? Just as you found the door to the fairy realm, you must find and lead to other realms. Find the mementos precious to the dead and communicate with them. This is the goal of finding about your mother. Okay. Do whatever I can to help. Okay. I thought maybe he'd be happy that we defeated the Folklore, but apparently he don't care. Alright. Well, I guess let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle, as it were. Yeah, very interesting game so far. Actually, let's not save here. Let's go back to Doolin, and then we'll save. It's an interesting premise. Solving a, either a series of murders or at least a murder mystery, while figuring out your own, like, history, while also going to these different worlds and collecting creatures and managing, like, weaknesses, and yeah, it's got a lot going on. We'll see how it manages itself as time goes on, because the problem is with having a bunch of systems, like, all at the same time, it can get like bogged down, right? Like that's kind of the problem, is you have to be careful. You don't want too much going on, because then the player's like, there's just too much, and they just like lose interest. But yeah, so we're gonna save here before we talk to Suzette. But yeah, I think what we're gonna do is actually go ahead and just use that as a good time to call it a stream. So thank you guys for joining me here today. I don't know what is going on with my thing here. Why can I not click any of these? Oh, I gotta sit there. Alright, there we go. Sorry, I was doing something on my other screen and for some reason it was acting weird. So, thank you guys for joining me here today. I do want to call it a little bit early today, so that way I'm still staying on time with all my stuff. I do need to go get some dinner and everything. Like I said, tomorrow we would usually be doing Friends Favorite Friday. I'm going to cancel Friends Favorite Friday for tomorrow. We're just going to get back to a normal stream. Since we missed so much this week, we haven't streamed basically since last Friday. So we're just going to do a normal stream. It'll probably be... I think we'll do some Dark Cloud tomorrow. So another probably chill... little action RPG stream. So we'll probably do some more Dark Cloud tomorrow. And then Sunday, what else are we playing? I'm trying to think. What's the third game that we're playing? Resident Evil. I was like, I know we're playing through something. But yeah, so we're going to be getting back to Resident Evil 4 Remake, which will be the last of the remakes. So we just beat the Lake Monster, I think. So Sunday we'll do some Resident Evil. And hopefully we'll get back into the groove of things. Hopefully I don't get sick again or for whatever reason. Also, if you guys are curious, I have been releasing videos of the current state of my retro collection on TikTok. So if you want to see what I've got and what could be potentially coming up for the channel, it's been separated out into a bunch of different videos. You can go watch those on our TikTok and check out. You can leave us a comment about which one you're interested in, or if you don't see something in our collection that you're like, oh, you don't have this game, you should definitely pick up this game. Leave us a comment. Leave us a comment on our TikTok and tell us what games you think we should pick up, or if your favorite game's there and you haven't seen us play it, make sure you call that out as well. I do appreciate the support on other platforms. But yeah, I posted that just because I wanted so people could see what we've got and what we'll be playing through. We've got a ton of stuff, like I said, a ton of retro stuff. Not all of it's horror, but a good bit of it is horror. Again, if you are part of the Crypt community, raid train for October will be opening applications tomorrow. You're going to want to get those applications in because there's only a certain number of slots. So they will be taking the applications. And again, if you play horror games consistently year round, you definitely want to join the Crypt community. The link is in the panels, so you can find the little Crypt community logo in the panels. Click on that, join the Crypt community. You want to join the raid trains. The raid trains are a lot of fun. They're really well managed. You get to meet a lot of really cool people doing a lot of cool horror stuff. Again, for the Crypt community, it's not just an October I play horror games. This is a year-round horror games, horror and horror adjacent. I want to stress that there's a lot of horror communities that are like, you have to play strictly these kinds of horror games. Whereas the Crypt community, they tend to be a little bit more give you a little bit more leeway with the horror adjacent stuff, because there's a lot of good, interesting horror games that are not like just like your spooks or scares or your phasmos or your DVDs and stuff like that. So I do recommend checking out the Crypt community if you do play stuff that's like horror adjacent, because they are a little bit more they do give you a little bit more leeway with stuff like that, because they know that like some people don't want to just play the multiplayer, like your phasmos and stuff. Sometimes you want to play stuff like Folklore, stuff like that. So definitely check it out if you do regularly stream horror games. And again, if you're already part of the community, the raid train stuff the applications for the raid train will go live tomorrow, which I recommend. Raid trains are a lot of fun. You get to meet a lot of people through the raid trains. Get to see a lot of cool games. Like I said, if I am selected, I have a cool game that I have planned for it. If I'm not, that's fine too. I've mentioned on multiple occasions, if I'm not selected, I do hope some newer people do get onto the raid trains, because there's a lot of great people in the Crypt community. We're constantly growing. There's a lot of great people creating a lot of great different kinds of content. You do see a lot of cool people from the Crypt stream team and the Crypt community come in and out here, and I always appreciate the support. There's a lot of great people on Twitch, and especially in the Crypt community, and I hope we get to showcase a lot of those through the raid train. So that's why I love the raid train so much. I think I've been a part of every Crypt community raid train that they've had. So again, if I'm not selected for this one, it's fine. I just hope this spot goes to someone so they can showcase their stuff, because there's a lot of I think we've seen the uptick of some new people. Or at least some people that I haven't seen, and I know there's some people that are trying to be a bit more active within the community as well. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to mention. We are coming up to September. It is the 21st of August, so September is going to be... There's going to be some game releases. Of course, we've got Silent Hill F at the end of September. We've got Chronos is supposed to drop at the beginning of September. I don't know I don't know if we're gonna play Chronos when it drops, or if we're gonna wait till October or something to play it. We'll have to see if we beat Folklore, or because we got some stuff planned for after Resident Evil. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where we're at for Chronos when that comes, because that's going to be in like a week, I think. 'Cause I think it comes out like the 5th. Okay, it's 2 weeks. I think it's like 2 weeks from tomorrow. So we got a couple weeks for that. So I'm not sure where we're gonna slot in Chronos. They do have like if you buy it like pre-order digitally, you can get like the 2-day early access. I'm not gonna do that for Chronos. I'll just be completely honest. I'm not like on the Chronos bus for that game. So we probably will not play it 2 days early. If anything, we'll play it probably around release at the earliest, but might be later than that. Also don't know how long the game is, so we'll see. And for October, we will be doing Terrortober stuff. I need to figure out / get some indie games. We'll probably also play some retro horror stuff. I'll have to figure out what we're doing there. But like I said, we are coming up to September and October, which is going to be we usually focus on horror stuff. Anyways, throughout the year, we've been playing a lot of stuff. But I want to make sure that we get some fun indie stuff, because we haven't done a lot of indie horror stuff really since like the beginning of the year. So I'm probably going to start slotting in some indie horror stuff here near the end of September, definitely in October, as we move forward, because I think there's a lot of cool indie stuff that's come out that we haven't really looked into. And then we'll get some like retro horror stuff going. Like I said, if we're part of the raid train, I have a retro horror game that's going to be very interesting. I will say, I could say probably with like 95% certainty that I don't think anybody else will be playing what we will be playing if we're on the raid train. And if we don't get on the raid train, then we'll probably maybe we'll play it for like Halloween as our Halloween game, which we might play for Halloween regardless, just because it's a game that's on the list that I think people will be like, what the heck? I didn't even know this game existed. But anyways, like I said, I do need to get out of here and get some dinner and stuff like that. So again, thank you everybody for being here, whether you're watching here on Twitch or on YouTube. I do appreciate all the support. If you haven't already, please do hit the follow button, or if you're over on YouTube, the subscription button. Both are completely free and help the channel out tremendously. Also, feel free to share us out with your friends, your family, your Discord communities. We are family friendly here, even when the game isn't. Everyone is welcome as long as they are kind. That is it. That is the only prerequisite. A follow subscription will also let you know when we go live. We usually go live around 11 a.m. Central Time US. I know I started really late today. Still trying to get over, whatever was taking me out this week. But hopefully we'll be back normal start time tomorrow. Again, no Friends Favorite Friday tomorrow. We'll probably get back to that next week. We'll probably just play Dark Cloud tomorrow. But if you're not sure what time that is for you normally, down in the panels there's an extension, as well as the Twitch schedule should tell you when we go live for your time zone. Does the math so you don't have to. And finally, if you miss any of our playthroughs, all of our playthroughs are here on Twitch for 30 days and on YouTube for the foreseeable future. If you are here on Twitch, the link to our YouTube is at the top of chat. You can click that, and if you're on YouTube, well, you're already there. You can go down to the live section for our VODs, or you can go over to the videos or playlists for everything else. I do try to put everything in playlists, so if you miss anything that we've played through, whether that's been our Resident Evil playthroughs, whether that's our Silent Hill, or any of the other stuff, again, we've been doing this for 4.5 years. We've got a lot of horror stuff up there. We've also got a lot of variety, a lot of cool stuff, a lot of retro stuff, so hopefully you can find something for fun. And again, we do have a TikTok. I don't post there probably as often as I should, but I think I'm going to start my I was going to do a video series on TikTok. It's a little short, like little gimmicky kind of series for TikTok with a little interactivity. So maybe I'll start that soon and start doing some like little silly TikTok videos. So stay tuned for that maybe, now that I'm starting to feel better, hopefully. So maybe we'll do that. The TikTok link should be here on Twitch. I think it's also on YouTube. If not, it's Massive. I'm basically Massive Games or Massive Games TV. You can find me very easily everywhere. So just check it out. I do appreciate, again, all the support on all the platforms. And all of that does go back back into the channel so we can keep playing all of these weird, obscure, fun games that you see us playing. So I do appreciate the support. Again, thank you, everybody, for coming in. Thank you again, Burger Mike, for the 25 bits. I do appreciate it. Everything goes directly back into the channel. And I appreciate the support in all forms, whether you're lurking, whether you stop in and say hello, whether you get your daily tokens, whether you just hang out with us. I appreciate everything. I never wanted to seem like I am not grateful for everything. You guys are the reason why I do this. You're the reason why I play these obscure games and share this stuff, share these experiences with everybody. It's promote positivity and hopefully brighten someone's day. So thank you for being here. Remember to take care of yourself mentally and physically. Both are very important. Remember to stay hydrated, which I'm out of water, so I will definitely be getting some of that once I get off. And as always, remember, we can make the world a better place. And all you have to do is be kind. Let's find someone to raid. Also buy YouTube. That's not a mouse. That's a mouse. Bye, YouTube. Alright. And okay. That nobody watching me play Folklore over there on YouTube.